As winter approaches, the holiday season and shorter days are upon us. It's joyous for some, but for others, it can kind of bring on the blues.
No, it's true. Joining us now to discuss from P3 Medical Group is physician assistant Carolyn Deshane. Carolyn, welcome in.
I thank you for having me today.
Good to have you.
Yeah, well, this is a very sensitive conversation because we're talking about people's emotions and the tendency during the darker, colder months to have depression come into our lives. It's
very common.
Yeah.
So people move to Las Vegas from the northern states and to be warm, get away from the cold and the snow. And the summer is nice and warm and the fall is comfortable, and then the cold hits and the wind blows and their muscles get stiff and their joints hurt, so they start to have increase of pain. And then the holidays start to follow and they don't have friends or family, and then they start to feel lonely and isolated, and so it just becomes a slippery slope with mood. Depression is not a normal part of aging though. So when you have sadness and grief is normal process due to life events that we have.
Of course.
Bereavement, loss of a spouse or a partner, transitioning from your residential home into assisted living, even retirement. You now have lost your social status and income. And then just the general overall health, we are just not what we used to be. So all of those play a part in just the starting to feel lonely and frustrated, and you become more withdrawn, and you might eat more because it's comforting. So it's very a problem.
It becomes a vicious cycle.
Very
So
vicious.
what are the signs that we should keep an eye on for seasonal depression?
Well, the number one sign is if the person themselves can identify that I don't feel right. That is beneficial, because then we can help them quicker and get them on the road to recovery.
Self-awareness not always there.
Self-awareness not always there. They're in denial. And so if you have any friends or family or just anybody you live with that can help identify it and address it, then it opens up doors quicker.
No question.
For sure. It's hard sometimes because I think depression has so many factors that can contribute, like many of the factors you've just named. And so sometimes you think, gosh, I'm not happy, I'm just not feeling good, or sometimes people project it on other people.
Sure.
They're making me mad.
Right.
And it's hard to sometimes own it and realize, no, I need help. But there is help for seniors out there?
Absolutely. There's lots of things other than, everybody jumps to antidepressants.
Of course,
There's plenty of things before that. Number one, sleep. If you don't get a good night's sleep, that just sets the tone. So try not to solve your problems at night. That's a daytime thing, but during the day we get distracted, so we don't think about the things that worry us. And so when we lay down at night, our mind wanders. So try to avoid stimulants. Try to don't drink the coffee and the tea in the late afternoon.
Is there a time that we should cut it off? Like how many hours before we want to sleep should we cut it off?
I'm sure that's going to vary per person, but really you should try to drink before your coffee and soda before noon.
Gotcha.
That's probably a good rule of thumb. Follow with a lot of water to flush it out. But try to wake up and go to bed at the same time every night. Have a cool, dark, quiet room, uninterrupted. So then if you get a good night's sleep, that's part of it. Trying to go outside too. And when you're not motivated, you don't want to go exercise. You're like a lump on a log. But if you can at least go get the mail, just try to do something, either volunteer or walk to the mailbox or walk around. Try to just get your blood moving and feel like you're actually doing something that helps motivate you as well.
No question.
And then there is counseling. You don't have to go to a psychiatrist or anything. You just go to a regular family counselor and just talk about your problems. You'd be amazed what perspectives they see when they look on the outside in that you might not have thought of.
And I think a lot of people, they might look at that and say, oh yeah, okay, I don't need to talk to anyone. They come out of that feeling a lot more refreshed than they probably expected.
It's just shifting out of that mode, that funk, as we would say, and a lot of times contact with other people and connecting with other people can pull you out of it.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody neutral, you don't have to be their best friend. Just even just how are you doing today? You don't have to give them your whole life story, but I'm just not feeling very well. And
there's something about depression that makes us want to withdraw into ourselves and shut down, and that just perpetuates it.
It's awful.
It's a challenge.
It's awful to try to come back out of that hole.
If we want to learn more about P3, where do we go?
I am located at the Town Center location, 653 North Town Center by Summerlin Hospital.
Awesome.
Suite
Excellent.
106.
There you go.
It's great
to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Hey, learn more ways about P3, and ways to combat seasonal depression. You can visit the website or call the number on your screen. This morning we feature the Town Center location. P3 Medical Group is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.